Hi, welcome to Arty Crafty Alchemy. Today I am sharing with you my kitty cat. Good kitty. Okay, today I am sharing with you the Starry Night collection from Kaisercraft. I'm the Arty Crafty Alchemist. Let's get started. So I'll start with the things I don't need to open. We have Curios, 6 Curios. I'm not sure if they're glass or just really heavy acrylic. I think they might be just really heavy acrylic. Then we have the wooden flourishes. There is a triangle Christmas tree, same diamond, star, another 2 trees, a circle with lines, and 25 on your spot. Then there is the stamps. We have mistletoe, a poinsettia, happy, merry Christmas. They're all separate, so you can choose which one you want to use. The triangle tree and some foliage. And then we'll get on to the things that we need to open. I've already pre-sliced these. This is the 6x6 collection, 36 papers, 6x2 foil, 12 specialty papers, 2x12 regular papers, and 4 die cut pages. This is the poinsettias, geometric Christmas trees, foiled poinsettias, really pretty. Brick, numbers for an advent calendar, black matte foiled reindeer, stripe, marble, black foiled ornaments in the geo patterns, music. When many hearts in many ways are happy on the Christmas day, and you can hear sounds that were once so dear, familiar music sounding so sweet and clear. So if anyone knows what that carol is, drop a comment down below and let me know, because I'm not sure what that is. Mistletoe, more black matte foiled dots. I guess that's the gold snow flurries. Reindeer, nested triangle trees, mistletoe, cut aparts. May love and laughter fill your home this Christmas. Remember this December that love weighs more than gold. May the warmth of Christmas fill each corner of your heart and home. Beginning to look a lot like Christmas. You're determined, aren't you? It's not what's under the tree that matters, it's who's gathered around it. Hope this season is filled with happiness. And then we have a little border at the bottom. Foiled stars. And then we are on the die cuts. Sending Christmas wishes. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Lots of Merry Christmases. Season's greetings and best wishes. 'Tis the season for love. We have a deer, peace and joy. And the borders. These are photo frames and the middle section pops out. Merry Christmas, merry and bright, season's greetings, and these inner bits pop out. Merry Christmas, merry and bright, Happy New Year, have yourself a happy little Christmas. Wishing you a wonderful Christmas, and then a couple of to and from tags. Mischief, we don't need to see that on screen, thank you. Have some tabs, Merry Christmas, season's greetings, and happy little Christmas. And lots of sentiments, peace, joy and love. Remember this December that love weighs more than gold. Being together is the best gift of all. Merry and bright, happy Christmas, happy New Year, just for you, season's greetings. December 25th. That's the paper pad. Next we'll take a look at the sticker book. Some mistletoe, stars, gold foiled, a chain of stars, chain of ornaments and trees, baubles which are foiled so prettily. Just looks really nice. It's very delicate foiling, but just gives it a really nice look. Then we have some gold strips, which will come in handy. A poinsettia corner cluster, some flourishes with mistletoe and presents. Washi style strips. Being together is the best gift of all. Wishing you all a wonderful Merry Christmas. May the miracle of Christmas fill your heart with joy. Christmas is the light of hope that keeps the future bright. These ones don't have any foiling. Neither do these ones. Merry celebrate Christmas. Poinsettia. The geo trees. Some bells, lots of small sentiments, Christmas miracle, season's greetings. You also have days of the week. 25, let's celebrate. Year 2020, December 25th. Then we have more bling bling foil. May love and laughter fill your home this Christmas. Being together is the best of all. Remember this December that love weighs more than gold. Merry Christmas. It's not what's under the tree that matters, it's who's gathered around. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Christmas will always be as long as we stand hand to hand and heart to heart. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Got some poinsettias, reindeer, heart, mistletoe, Celebrate Christmas Merry and Bright, and then some banners. And then finally, I love these trees. They are gorgeous. Some streamer type decorations. This giant poinsettia, which usually you'd use it for a scrapbooking page, but you could quite easily cut it down here and use that bit for a card. You could use this bit for a card, just hide the bit that you've cut off under something else. Some 25s, some ornaments, and another poinsettia corner, this time with the gold foil. And then we have alphabets, Christmas seasons, greetings, peace and joy, merry and bright, faith and hope, wonderful, Merry Christmas. Numbers, little circles, more little tabs, and some tiny little banners. And then we are back to the start. There's 6 sheets, and stickers are really quite thick. They're very good quality. They're more like cardstock stickers. I don't think this one had a paper pack, I'm not sure, because I have bought a couple of extra pieces. Everything is foiled, so I'm not sure that they would do that in their regular price paper packs. We have the Starry Night Daring paper with the gold foiled poinsettia and the brick wall on the back. Same sentiments that are in the book, I think. Let's just double check that. So to here are all the same sentiments that were in the book, except we have a lot more gold foil. Anything that is that and colour in here has been foiled, and then we have some extra Merry Christmases. May the miracle of Christmas fill your heart with joy, peace and hope, wishing you the gift of faith, the blessing of hope and the peace of joy. Have yourself a merry little Christmas, and the best way to spread the Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. And on the back of that is spots. Of course, we know I'm going to chop that up for the sentiments because that's how I roll. Next is strips, and we've got lots of gold foiling on the strips. Oh, sorry. This piece is called Radiant. This piece is called Astounding with all the strips. It is Christmas in the heart that puts Christmas in the air. Christmas is a time for making memories that will last all throughout the year. And then it has triangles on the back, and the banner is Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year. And this one has a stripe, and this one has the stars. Then there is Starry Night Modern with the mistletoe, and on the back we have stars. It's not what's under the tree that matters, it's who's around it, or the banner. And this is Marvelous, and these are larger squares for making advent calendars. And on the back is Reindeer. He who has no Christmas in his heart will never find it under a tree. A gold stripe, and this is Striking. On the back we have the ornaments and a mistletoe border. Geo trees, Starry Night Glowing, and on the back is Music. Now recall sounds that were once so dear, familiar music sounding sweet and clear. Over again, choose your partners all as we go, now heel, now toe, there at the Christmas ball. Has another colour of music at the bottom. This one is Magic with the foiled snow looking page. We have the streamer type decorations and geode trees at the bottom. This one is called Miraculous. We have the beautiful dark poinsettias. And on the back is the marble and more of those geo style ornaments. And I have an extra of each one of those sheets. I can't remember if I bought them separately or if they came in the box. I think I may have bought those ones separately. I managed to snag this box half price. And finally, the collectibles. There are 38 or more pieces. We have 2 poinsettia, 4 of these pieces, and these inner bits pop out of these flourishes. I'll have to pop out the inner bits. 2 of these bunting, Season's Greetings wreath, 2 of these big flourishes, reindeer, mistletoe, Christmas tree. Again, all these middle bits pop out. Same with this tree, although this tree has had a foil accident. Maybe stick a star or something over it, I don't know. Oh, but this inner star pops out, but you could probably use both of those. Then this is another one of those gold geo style ornaments, the gold geo tree. I assume these are supposed to be Christmas baubles. I'm not going to pull that one apart because there's lots of little bits, like this inner square comes all the way out. I thought it was attached. So corners can come out. Oh, well, actually I might leave them in there because they might come in handy. It's just a little geo pattern. Merry Christmas wreath, giant present, Season's Greetings banner, some of those gorgeous ornaments. They are so pretty the way they are done. Merry Christmas, present in the blue. Have a wonderful and happy Christmas. It's time to celebrate Christmas. Pine cone, some stars, another reindeer. It's a little bit that popped out of something. That is the collection. I will work on designing some cards and come back with it. I'm back, day later, dollar short maybe. And I've got some cards and some other little projects. I've cut this one 2¼ inches wide. I've given myself some guidelines today, so hopefully I'll stay in frame, but we'll see. This is one of the strips of the 12x12 pieces of paper. Came off the miraculous paper. Before I go any further, I'm going to trim these excess bits off. I love this paper trim. I desperately need to get the 12x12 one. These next two pieces are from the die cut pack. I have added some foam to the top of this. I'm going to glue this down. Oops, I better work fast. I'm just putting glue on that bit. Oh, I had to put glue all over it. Just going to tuck that under. And I've added some foam to the back of this. This was from the 12x12 sheet of paper. I've also added a piece of cardboard on the back of it just to make it more sturdy. Stick that block on there to hold that down for a minute, but that is the first card done. Easy peasy. This one tells me it's number 9, so I'm working in a bit of reverse order from when I made them. It tells me that 9 streamer. I've numbered my stickers so I know where to find them when I make this. It's a smidge crooked, so I'm just going to trim that bit off. So I have this tree and I'll stick that down. Now this tree had a little bit of an oopsie when it was being made, so I'm going to cover that oopsie up with a die cut. I have a little heart that I've cut out of some blue cardstock I have. It is a shimmery cardstock. I have cut this long sticker in half and I'm going to stick the streamers under the banner. I'm just going to line them up. Then I'm going to grab the other one and do the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to cut a smidge more off the top of this one. I have these 2 strips of blue, like a plastic coated paper similar to glossy cardstock, but it has shimmer under the plastic coat. Next I'm adding some glue to the back of my sentiment, and I have the Merry Christmas to go over the tree and hide the imperfection. Not sure whether I should glue that straight down or raise it up. Let me know in the comments what you think. That or popped up on some foam. This one again needs stickers, and I've forgotten to add tape to the back of this one. So I'm going to stick that down. That is going to go there. So I need to look for the number 8 in my sticker book. So my number 8 is this corner cluster. No, I've stuck it on the wrong side. Oh, please. Don't be mean. My cluster goes on that side, and then I'm going to have to add a little bit of glue in between there because I've accidentally separated the sticker. I'll just add a smidge of glue in there and glue them back together. And I've layered on that. Now I need stamps. I'm going to grab the Merry Christmas. Oi! Pick that up, and I'm just going to take a scrap bit of paper and see how it looks. I'm using some archival jet black. It would be better if I separated them and stamped them closer together, but time is of the essence. Next I've grabbed this strip from the sticker book, and I'm just going to make sure that's nice and straight. Cut off the excess, stick it back in the book because I need it for other things. And then I'll add some glue to the back of this and stick it down. And there is another card finished. I'm going to swap that onto that one. That's how the card I did before looks. It probably needs some gems or something. This one again uses stickers. This is one of the cutter parts. It's very shiny. Instead of adding sticker strip of gold, I've put the gold at the top. on this stripy paper. This is one of the 12 by 12 sheets. This one says white poinsettia, which is this one here, but I'll stick it there for a moment. I need to stick this down. A lot of my die cuts has not cut properly all the way. Little bits that are hard to get out of some of them. Again, I need gold strip. Just add some glue to the back of the ornament now. Does not look straight. Add some glue to the back of this one, which I've put on some foam. Again, I'm adding some more of the gold for my string, and that's another card done. Before I start this one, I have this Kaisercraft bell die. I tell you what it's called. My cat is currently sitting on the spot where the packaging for it is. And as she's already bitten me once this video, I'm leaving her alone. I cut some bells, but I don't think I worked any into a card. Anyway, I'm just going to cut the dots. Wanted a few more of these little dots. Again, I forgot my tape. Some of those blue strips. I don't know what this cardstock is because I got it from a charity shop in Australia. It was just in a pack with a bunch of others, so there's only a couple of sheets of this, so making strips is a good way of eking it out. Trim off the excess again. I have lost a spot. Matted that onto the same foil, and now I'm going to put some foam on the back. I want to stick some of these circles on the tree. Then on the top I used a stamp set that I don't know where I've put. It was a lawn fawn stamp set that had this star in it. I thought it would look really good on here. I'm going to add some glue to the back of this, just thin lines. It's easier to add glue than tape. I'll get into all the corners. Then some glue on the back of this one. And I'll put that aside to dry. Next one is a nice simple one. This piece of paper goes together and I've just cut it in half. I've forgotten to put tape on it. And then I've got the two blue strips. Going to trim off the edges. I've laid that up on another strip of this blue cardstock, which is actually this cardstock. I don't know how that's showing up. It looks a gunmetal grey, but it's actually blue with lots of sparkle. And to be a little different this time, I'm going to add this on this corner. And that's the last card finished. This time, thick gold sticker strips and 4. What is 4? 1, 2, 2. The thick gold strips are 4. Is there anything else? I may actually have to go and get my phone for a minute and have a look. Hopefully you can't hear what's going on outside. I don't know, ungodly o'clock in the morning right now. Now I'm going to have to trim this card down just a smidge because these are not quite long enough. I don't think I have any gold that matches these strips in my stash. And these match everything perfectly, so that's why I've chosen them. I like to trim on the folded edge. It makes sure I get a straight cut. To go hunt up my image so I could remember what I was doing. Lights. I tried to angle the lights so that it's not as glary because this is a very foil heavy collection. I'm just going to add some glue. I will swap the block around and there we have the two cards that are the same. Readings just in different places. This one I've used the big poinsettia paper. Holding opposite corners so I can try and line it up straight. Then this is another one of the cut aparts and I'm going to stick that onto some white cardstock to give it a white border. And then I'm going to add some foam to the back of it using foam sheets. I haven't been able to get my cheap foam tape at the moment and I want to buy any off Amazon because it'll take forever to get here. I've got something coming from the US that hasn't left the US. It says it's been sent and never seen again. So it's possibly lost, possibly Corona, but it hasn't been scanned for a month. So it might be time to email them and find out what is going on. I'm just trying to center this. I just need this little bit and this ornament, and then going to stick the ornament on here. Really thick for this size ornament string, but that's all I've got, so that's what it's going to be. And that was a quick and simple card to put together. This one's not so quick and simple, and what I've done for this one, I've taken my paper and I've slid it down about 1/4 inch, and I've drawn a line with a pencil along it so that anything above that line will be shown and anything below that line is under the paper. And I need my block. As you can see with this one, it has the stamping all around the edge with the branch. What I do is I stick it over there and I make sure my stamp is inked up really well. I tried to use a different colour, but it didn't stamp as well. Having a bit of an issue with the stamps, so how I got it to work last time is stamped it with archival, stamped it off once, put it to the side to let it dry, and we are going to come back to that card in a minute, just because the archival needs a few minutes to dry. This is a Tim Holtz tip that I learnt off him. This is card number 1, so we need card number 1 sticker, and this is another super quick card to put together. What I might actually do, and I should have done this unsticking the back of it, is I'm just going to add that on there, and then there we go. It was a quick, easy card to do. This was a practice one. I couldn't get it to stamp properly. It was stamped upside down, but I thought it hasn't bled through, so I'm going to use the card anyway. Oh no! Just goofed. Big time. Should have looked at what all the pieces I had before I stuck this down were. Hopefully we can fix it. A little bit of tearing, but it's on the back. Nobody's going to see it. First of all, I need to tape 3 of the edges. I also need to get rid of this tape. This card's for my mum, I think, so shh, I won't tell her. What she doesn't know won't hurt her, right? So now I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to draw a line at the bottom and at the side, and I'll add a little bit of tape there. I need to tape the bottom, but it can't go any further, and tape the side. Now I'm going to peel these up, if I can get them to come up. I'm just going to add a very small amount of tape to these top edges, just to give them a little bit more body. Not much, but it should help the tag slide in and out. Just a little better, I hope. This is card number 10. It's a good thing I checked that. Now I'm going to stick this back down again, and hopefully I won't have to remove it again after this. Ta-da! Okay, sticker 10 is this tiny little box up here. That is going on this little ground. Just going to add that on. The tag says it's time to celebrate Christmas, and this little square says Merry Christmas. I'm just gonna stick a little bit of glue under that point because it doesn't want to stick down. I may have forgotten to take some tape backing off or something. I'll just glue it down. I've already put foam on the back of this. Again, I'll add the stamping block. We've got the battery flashing light now, so this is going to be fun. To trim off the excess. Next, I need the 2 mistletoe for card number 2. Just take the one for card number 1. Then I'll add glue to the back of this. Sentiment is from the die cuts. Stick that on there for a second. But we are up to the final card, and I still have 3 other projects, so hopefully I can get that done. So this one has a nibbled strip as well. First I need to stamp it with chipped sapphire. I just need to get any excess ink off. Just a scrap bit of card I was using. Now we have a nice crisp image. It's just going to be a very thick one because I messed it up. This is from the cutter parts. I've stuck some cardboard on the back of it. Now I'm going to stick on foam and add on our sentiment block. And from the sticker book, just going to add a little bit of sticker. Cut off the excess. We're going to have to stick another piece of cardstock on the back of this card, and that's a very simple card done. I have started this one because I need the magnets to get stuck on pretty well, and I've used glossy accents to stick them down so they won't go anywhere. These squares are 3 by 3. This was a scrap that I had left over that I've just cut to 3 inches. This is cut to 3/4 of an inch. This is an inch by 3 inches. It is scored at 1.5 inches and then 1 3/4 inches to give that little fold here. And I've already stuck the magnet in it, and then I've just layered another piece over the top. Then I've just got a Kmart sticky note pad. These are 75mm by 75mm or 3 inches by 3 inches. There's a little tab you're supposed to be able to pull. I can pull everything else but the little tab. I'm just going to grab my poker tool and try and slide it under. Going to put some tape on this. I'm using 250 GSM cardstock. I don't know why I use tape. I usually glue it on, which is usually okay with the Kaisercraft papers. I just add a little to the edges, just to make sure we go all the way to the corners. Cut this piece a tiny bit too short, but that's okay because I'm going to cover that up. Oh, that piece is too short. I thought I made that long enough, but I've cut it the wrong size. Don't actually have any more of that one, so cutting it the wrong way was a bit of a mistake. I'm going to take this spotty one instead and cut an inch thick piece. And I'm going to adhere that on. Make sure I get all the way to the corners. I'm just going to trim that off. Normally I'd use my paper trimmer, but for this one it doesn't really matter. On the inside I'm going to glue some spots. And then I'm going to add these tree type shapes. Stuck this one on upside down. So now I need to find a strip to go on there. It'll work. So I'm just going to glue that on. This is the magic border strip. To get a little more glue on that, but I'm going to snip that off first, and then I can add some glue under there to make sure I get all the way into the corners. There we go. I fixed my mess. The next bit, always sit that on there first. I need to refold this piece, and then I can sit that on there, and I'll add glue under this bit right to the corners. And I'll try and make sure this is straight. And then I'm going to add glue to the back of the sticky notes. And I'm going to make sure that is all the way up because it's perfectly measured at 3 by 3. So now that snaps closed, then I have this Merry Christmas. So I'm going to add the Merry Christmas on. Push that down onto there, fully makes contact. And then I think I'll grab the sticker book if I can find it. I was thinking of adding this under there, but I don't really like that idea. Oh, actually, I need to add this on. Let's add some glue to this strip. Then I'm going to add that onto there. Press that down. And then I'm going to add glue right up to the join and along the top of, and then I'm going to gently roll that over. Then again I'm going to add glue into the crease and make sure I get the edges again. I have to clean my glue, it's got a glob of gunk. And then I'm just going to push that over. I'll add this little poinsettia under there so that when it gets open there's a little surprise, and there's our little sticky note. Next I have this book. It has I used to be a milk carton recycled paper. I want to take that sticker off. I'm going to use this super sticky tape because it's really strong and I need to make sure I get it from corner to corner, but I don't want to put it on the paper because I want to round the corners. Might actually put skinnier tape to the spine. And then I'll do the same on the back. This is one of the 12 by 12 sheets. I didn't actually mean to this top bit, but it is what it is. And I did what I did. So now it's going bye-bye. I'm just going to line that up. And I'm going to lift up the center one. Carefully lift up the edge one under here. I'm just doing one piece at a time. Just to make sure it all goes right, I am going to just bend that onto the crease. Bend that over it. I am going to remove the rest of the tape and push it on. There is a tiny little bit of overhang, so I do want to trim that off. So this is going to go into paper trimmer, and I'm just going to take tiny little bit off. Then I'm going to grab my Kodamaroo corner rounder, and on the large setting I'm going to punch all the corners so they are rounded again. Match the inside of the book. I have these two pieces. I have a little bit of the brick paper, and I have this sentiment which is from the paper pad. It's one of the die cuts. Actually going to cut this leaf off just in case I want to use it. Poinsettia, and then I'm going to glue this one on. I'm just going to curve that around, and I'm going to have to hold it for a minute while it dries. And the sentiment says it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I thought it would make a good Christmas planning book. And last thing is a notepad. This is a Love Nicole one. What I'm going to do is heat up this magnet and try and get it off. A little bit of damage, but it's not too bad. I have my front panel and I have my back panel, which has my instructions, so I need a bell sticker. Hopefully I remember that. This piece is 9 inches long. I need to score it at 8. I don't know why I've put 8.5. It's actually 8 1/4, I believe. And then I'm going to fold them over, and I've cut it too short. No, I've scored it in the wrong spot. Okay, hang on. That I can fix. I just scored it at 7.5 instead of 8, and 8 1/4. I'm going to fold them again. I'm actually going to add some glue to this tab and then line this up as best I can. Try and make sure it's straight. I do actually need to trim this, so I best check what size it is. I'm going 8 inches, I believe. I will glue this on. Not really going to see it, but I centered it anyway. And then I have 2 strips to go on either side. And then I'm going to add the other strip and chop those little tails off. This is going to be my inside piece. I need to stick it in upside down. I'm going to fold this up and add that piece in so it's not in the way of the fold. Make sure it's all straight and press it down. Then I'm going to trim off the excess. Next I'm adding glue to the book, and I'm going to butt that right up to the fold. Next I have this bit, the spots. I don't want to cover up too much of the top. I run into all sorts of roadblocks, so I'm lifting these up and going to tuck that under because the paper wasn't wide enough. Then I'm going into the crease and across the top. Possibly a bell, but I don't know if we'll need it. I'm just gluing all the bits down. I actually trimmed this bit out of the inner of here. It was going to be all covered up, so I figured I could probably use a little bit of extra flourish, and rather than use a whole nother piece, I just chopped out the inner bit. Add some glue to the poinsettia, which I've got foam behind, and I don't know where I've lost my sentiment. I wonder if I should have read more. Maybe it was one of the stickers. Going to add that deer in that way. Hopefully we've got deers that go both ways because I changed my mind. Here's my sentiment. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and it's from one of the cut aparts, and I've stuck some cardboard and then some foam on the back so that it's solid and it has dimension. And there is the notepad done. For our short recap, we have the Merry Christmas, the pine cone in the corner. I'll probably wax some bling on there. And there is the Christmas tree and banner with the same paper background. Merry Christmas. Not sure whether to leave that down low or pop it up with some dimension so it's the same height as the Merry Christmas. Let me know below what you think. And there is this stripy paper. This paper is from the 12 by 12 papers. And it has the baubles, the poinsettia, and it says, Christmas is the light of hope that keeps the future bright. And then with more of that paper, the other bauble, the Merry Christmas, and some of the stickers. Christmas tree is from the die cuts. I die cut the with the Lawn Fawn Christmas tree set. It has that big star in it. And then sentiment is, it's not what's under the tree that matters, it's who's gathered round it, in the shape of a tree. And then with the other half of that paper, I made this one with the present, which I've popped up with some foam. Being together is the best gift of all. I find those all foiled ones very hard to read. And there is these two. This is one sheet of paper that I've cut in half and added those strips to. One says Season's Greeting and one says Merry Christmas. This foiled paper again is from the 12 by 12. Again, this one says, it's not what's under the tree that matters, it's who's gathered around it. And then with some more of that paper, I've used poinsettia die cut, a present die cut. This tag comes out. It says it's time to celebrate Christmas, and that says Merry Christmas. This is the poinsettia paper from the paper pack. I've that card size. I use Kmart cards, which aren't quite the normal size of our Aussie cards. But they're cheap, so it doesn't really bother me. It's just an unusual size, so I need to trim my paper accordingly. And then I've used the big Christmas will always be as long as we stand hand to hand and heart to heart. And then I've added the poinsettias at the bottom. This is... Hello kitty. This is the other poinsettia paper, and I've used leaf from the stamp set and stamped the background, and then these are both die cuts and I've backed them both onto cardstock so I can pop them up with some foam. And I use Chip Sapphire Distress ink. Then I have the sticky notes. It's magnetized and it opens up and you have the sticky notes. I have the notepad for shopping lists or Christmas lists, whatever you want to put in it. Using lots of the die cuts, and that was one of the cut aparts. And finally I have the Christmas notebook, and it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, and the poinsettias down the bottom on the Christmas tree background, which again is another 12 by 12 piece. That's from a 12 by 12 piece. And that is my Starry Night collection of cards and things. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what your favourite is below. As you can see, we have a kitty kinda trying to join in. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to see more content like this, and hit the bell notification to know when new videos come out. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now. One last thing, I forgot that I wanted to add one of the cabochons, and so I'm going to, add poinsettia. I did think about adding it to this one, but then you wouldn't be able to write on both sides of the paper, so that's why I didn't. Okay, now that one's finished. Bye again.